Yow. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Let's get it. Let's get to this shit. Ah, yes. Y'all be knee deep in the ish. Let me put this hand cream on. Hold on. Smash the like button. The ruler's back. Kenichi Bear, what's up? Make sure y'all hit the link in the description. Get the Hibernation 5s. That's a great gift for the holidays. Y'all need some headphones? Buy it for yourself. Buy it as a gift. Just buy it. Buy. Like NSYNC said. With the Hibernation 5s. Brought to you by Kenichi Bear. Presented by Boxing Ego. Let's get it. Click the link. What are y'all doing? Y'all scared to click the link. What's up? What's up? Now, I felt like I've been doing good this week. Let's keep the 2-a-days going on. I don't know how long it's going to be because I need to get something to eat. And I got to get some, I got to go to the grocery store, get a couple things. Ego with the voiceover effects. Let's get it. Smash the like button. If you like the content, subscribe. I told you we are going to close the year strong. In my last chat, the title, I said I was going to talk about the Gervonta hate and the Crawford. And I do like Bruce Lee told me, be like Walter. So I let it flow. And we didn't really get to talk about the Gervonta Davis stuff. So I decided to do it 2 a day. We'll talk a little bit more about, I'll just wrap up my thoughts on both of those situations. Without further ado, smash the like button. Simply, what's up? Freddie, what's going on? Y'all playing, you or YouTube is playing with my likes. Y'all better stop playing with my likes, man. Y'all got to stop playing with my likes. Oh, media going through it. Ever since YouTube got rid of the dislikes, they going through it. They unemployed. They ain't got nothing to do. They're like, man, how do I hate on Ego now? Shucks. Dang it. Dang it. Looks like you guys are ass out. Get it? I said ass out. YouTube got rid of the dislikes, yo. Prince, butt out jeans. Let's get it. It's over for y'all. I told you, we too strong. Y'all didn't want to listen, and then y'all started hating so much. YouTube was like, we gotta help. We gotta send reinforcements because all y'all do is hating. They know Ego got the best content. They know he's primed and ready. So we're gonna stop that hate. We're gonna nip it in the bud. And now y'all ass out. I say y'all ass out. Now they sending the hate mail through the Cash App. Ain't that funny? Like my man Kenichi, they sending $1 to hate. Oh, you hate your stupid channel, dude. Your channel sucks, dude. Bro, they be so angry. Why are you hating on Canelo, dude? I hate your channel. Whatever. I'm just doing my job. I'm just doing my job. Leave me alone. Anyway, got some snacks. We're going to talk about it. No, I don't want to talk about it. Hating your channel, dude. You guys like this guy? He hates on Canelo. Man, the Chupapi Muñeño, they've been mad. They've been angry with me. You never give Canelo a break. Who else y'all think I hate? Y'all been saying I hate Crawford now? Why don't you ever say nothing about Bud that I want you to say? Listen, I'm not going to say things about situations that I don't believe. Why would I do that? Why would I lie to y'all on the channel I built from the ground up? These are good. Shout out to Trail Mix. On the channel I created, because you can't stand the heat. Like they say, can't stand the heat, then get out the kitchen. And right now you in Ego's kitchen, aka Hell's Kitchen. Let's get it. You don't like it, don't watch. Oh, this trail mix is hitting. If you listen on Banana Chip, if you do not like the channel, don't watch. Yeah, don't watch me. I'm smacking in your ear. Don't watch the channel. I don't care. My paycheck's fat. I think I spilled some. Don't watch my channel if you don't want to. That's all. It's that simple. You don't have to hoot and holler and Ego block me. You don't have to cry. Just don't watch it. Just don't watch it. That's what I do when I know a channel is full of it. I don't watch it. Problem solved. Imagine that. Man, the banana chip is hitting tonight. What? Man, they got the little coconut shreds. Oh, this is hitting. I need some energy so I can do this stream for y'all. Y'all don't want me to get no energy? Y'all want me to have a bad stream? Y'all rude? Hold on. I'll be right back. We'll get started. I need a drink. I need a drink. Y'all gotta wait. I need a drink. I haven't had a soda in a long time. I don't really drink soda often. But I was at Target and I was like, man, this sounds kind of good. Look at that. Y'all see that? Hey, son, you see that? This is a cherry Coke. I was like, you know what? A cherry Coke sounds good. So we're going to rock with this. You know when you first open the Coke and it burn your throat? Like burn a hole in your throat real quick? We're going to see. Hold on. We're doing the unboxing. The uncapping. Hold on. Ah! I'm just playing. What if, that was so dramatic. I'm sorry. It's crispy though. It's crispy today though. I haven't had a soda in a minute. I'm gonna make my own soda based on all the boxing fans' tears. The boxing fan tears, and I'm gonna drink it because I feast off your tears. When y'all be on my channel, cry, oh, Ego, you're so biased. Oh, I hate it. I hate the channel. Oh, no, Ego, Bido. You'll be all right. It was crying in there. Man, it's ice cold. Y'all know that. Somebody said that my esophagus blew up. I'm T.O. now. Y'all tripping. I'm going to drink y'all tears on camera. I promise you. Y'all can't deal with me. Y'all can't mess with me. I'm going to bottle it up. It's going to be like, it's going to taste carbonated, but it's just salty tears that y'all cry me. Yeah, it's super cold. Let's go. All right, so check out my other stream from earlier. Terence Crawford, he's in no man's land. He thinks he's in the driver's seat. He's not. End of story. Any questions? Any questions? I just said it. I summed up the earlier stream. Terence Crawford is not in the driver's side, but he thinks he is. Any questions? He thinks he's going to call out ERROL and fan pressure. ERROL must fight. Good luck with that. Good luck with that, huh? Bud delusion is off the charts. Bro, Bud is not in the driver's seat. What y'all want me to make it a song? Somebody send me a beat. Yo, put a beat on. Bud not in the driver's seat. Hey, I said Bud not in the driver's seat. He's not. He thinks he is. Don't misconstrue Bud being an amazing fighter with anything that I'm saying about him not being in the driver's seat, because these don't always work out one. Like, okay, I'll give you an example. I'm the best in the business. I'll give you an example. I know people with money that don't know women. There's a lot of dudes out here, especially you beta males that watch my channel. They think if you got money, then you got the honeys. That doesn't mean that. Now, if it's a materialistic chick and she just wants to be seen and, you know, on the scene, you know, maybe she flocks to you. But there's a lot of guys who, you could be a successful doctor, make more money, and I promise you, I'll put a girl before the doctor. And he got more money than me. And the doctor got more money than me. Because I'm from the Bay, bro. Homes of the pimps, players, and the hustlers. Yee, you dig. If you got mouthpiece, if you got the gift to get the gab, that's something different. Money can't buy that. You see what I'm saying? So I'm giving you an analogy. Just because you have a lot of money doesn't mean you know your way around the honeys. Doesn't mean you know women or can get women. In fact, sometimes there's guys and they pay the little Will Smith type characters hitches to give them game. And what do? I really like this girl, right? So it's the same thing with Bud Crawford. Amazing, phenomenal fighter that this generation has ever seen. He's a great fighter, great skills, great mentality for the fight ring, the game. That doesn't make you this immaculate business person that makes all the perfect and right decisions. Doesn't work like that. So just like the analogy I gave, just because you have all the money doesn't mean you know how to get the honeys and you got game with the females. That doesn't mean that. Bud can be as great as I've always told you he is on my channel. Doesn't mean he's infallible. It doesn't mean that he makes all the perfect decisions for his career. So the moment you understand that, then be the moment you understand that I'm the truth and I'm the best in boxing history. That's when you can put the things together. Because you guys have this, some of you have this concept that Bud is a great fighter. So that means he doesn't make mistakes outside of the ring. It's not true. in my opinion. Not true. I mean, unless Bud is Jesus, and I don't really see him with long hair right now. I don't think he's Hebrew. So the moment you guys understand that, the moment you understand that I'm the truth, I've been telling you all the truth, and that's what it is. Bud is not in the driver's seat, no matter how great of a fighter he is. You don't earn that. It's just, like I said, just an example. You could be a millionaire, a doctor, you loaded with cars. That doesn't make you have game. It doesn't work like that. That don't mean you can dress. We could do this with anything. So because you're a successful lawyer or doctor, you know how to dress. That means you know how to dress good because you got money. You know how to pull any woman at the drop of a dime because you have money. No. If anything, there's a lot of dudes, and I know this personally. Like, listen, I know a girl, she was messing with one of the Raiders when they was out here in Oakland. She was messing with, I ain't gonna put him on blast, but she was messing with one of the Raiders, and he was loaded. And I was at the time, I wasn't doing YouTube and stuff. He had way more money than me. And she was being around the scene with him and coming to kick it with me. So what does that tell you? You see what I'm saying? You dig. So I can't compete with a Raiders salary, especially back then. I couldn't compete. But we messing with the same girl. I mean, you tell me. So, yeah, Bud Crawford, he's not infallible. And that's what it is. Speaking of, Eddie Hearn just did an interview. You're not going to like this.
We saw a free agent here today that has got to be someone that everyone's after, especially on your panel, Terence Crawford. Have you made a pitch to Terence Crawford to come to Matchroom?
No, I think Terence Crawford is pound for pound top 5. I think he's the best welterweight in the world. But what can I give him? You know, I mean, I think the only fight he needs is the Errol Spence fight. I think they won't give him that fight. I think he'll move to 154, Errol Spence. And then what do? You know, so I'll ask the question to you. If you're Matchroom and you're Eddie Hearn, what do you offer Terence Crawford? What fight can you offer him that, one, motivates him, and two, enables you as the promoter to make the numbers work? That's the problem. Because I believe he's the best welterweight in the world. I think he's a top pound-for-pound fighter. But Matchroom, we don't have the depth in welterweights to allow Terence Crawford to be in those kind of fights. So we're not the place for Terence Crawford, even though I rate him highly and I think he's brilliant. You know, I think he's just got to try and make this Errol Spence fight. And hopefully the fans will put enough pressure on that fight to happen. There's no reason why it shouldn't happen now. He's a free agent.
Right. Well, I mean, you could offer him the undercard of...
I shook up the world. Listen.
Terence Crawford should ever be on my undercard. That's for sure.
Rumble, young man, rumble. I shook up the world. So is Eddie Hearn hating? Because he was asked a direct question. You know, I like direct answers. And he gave a direct answer. And it says, you're in Dubai. Crawford's in Dubai. So he's a free agent now. Would you want Terence Crawford? Is Eddie Hearn hating? Because he just said, I think he's top. So that means in Eddie Hearn's opinion, he believes he's above even Errol Spence, but he's not going to pitch nothing to try to acquire or obtain Terence Crawford, per his own words, because he doesn't have anything to offer him to make it make sense. Oh man, I am the greatest. Listen. Put y'all fists in the air. Fun none away, none away, none away. Malaysia, 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 Malaysia. So is Eddie Hearn hating? Because y'all said I'm hating because what I'm saying is the truth. Is Eddie Hearn hating? He just gave Crawford as all the props for being a dope fighter. Why doesn't Eddie Hearn want to bring him to Matchroom? Is the white man with the blue eyes hating? Or just me? He was asked a specific question about acquiring Terence Crawford, the free agent. And he said, nah. He said, as much as I like him, you can't make the numbers make sense. So how come when Eddie Hearn and me are probably about the same height? I've interviewed him. We're close, you know. It's probably pretty close. So Eddie Hearn, he's white with blue eyes. I'm not white with blue eyes. He's white with blue eyes, and he says it, and nobody in the comments is calling him a hater. But then when I say the stuff about Crawford that makes the same sense as what Eddie Hearn just said, right? I'm a hater. Y'all said I'm hating Crawford. Isn't that what y'all told me? So it's not making sense to me. So Eddie Hearn can say what I've been telling you, and the white man with the blue eyes, he ain't hating, but I'm hating. Boxing Ego is hating. Oh, okay. Now I'm starting to see how this works. Oh, okay. He just told you, bro. He said he's not making a pitch or a play. And keep in mind, this is troubling times for Terence Crawford. Here's why. Here's why. Eddie Hearn, in the past at least, has been known to throw around money. You know, probably overpaying some guys, which they said PBC does. Right? Remember when PBC came out and people were writing them articles talking about PBC's overpaying for bad fights? Well, Eddie Hearn literally does that. I don't know that PBC took these type of losses. Like, they're giving Canelo Alvarez on DAZN, they were giving him $36 million or close to it or more or whatever to fight Yildirim. That's a bust. We know that. So Devin Haney, he's getting paid great, and I'm happy for him. But they said he sold, according to Mayweather Promotions, they said he sold 2,600 tickets for a good fight with Jojo Diaz. Excuse me. The soda got me burping. My bad. So, I mean, whatever he's getting paid several millions. I don't know if that math makes sense, but whatever. So that has to be problematic for Terence Crawford, right? Has to be problematic with Terence Crawford is Eddie Hearn just told you how dope Crawford is as a fighter, but he says he has no place on the rematch room stable for him. And this is, keep in mind, this is a guy who's probably having to overpay Devin Haney for the size of the events, you know, what it's doing. Definitely overpaying, probably have to overplay because Demetrius Andrade hasn't been able to generate that big Canelo style, Triple G style event. And he says, I'm staying away from Crawford because I don't have the depth. Basically, Eddie Hearn, he don't really seem like he jives and jazz too well with PBC, but he's basically telling you what I said. And he's just not going to outright say it. PBC has all the depth in that division. And he says the Errol Spence fight might not happen and Errol can move up to 54. So what is Crawford going to do? Y'all running out of, listen, like Denzel said in Man on Fire. Yeah. I wish you had more time. Listen, y'all thought that Ego Washington was not the truth. And now y'all seeing that I'm the best in the booth. I wish you had more time. Y'all running out. Y'all said I was hating for saying what I was saying, but then you have a white man with blue eyes, Eddie Hearn. He said the same thing that I've been telling you. And notice he gave, just like Ego, all the props in the world for Terence Crawford, the fighter. But then what did he say? He went to the business of it and explained how the business, he don't have really nothing. He basically says, I'm not finna bring Terence Crawford, despite all them skills, I'm not going to bring him on the rematch room because I don't have the depth in the welterweight division for such a talented fighter. Plus, you got to look at it, what can I appease Crawford with? And at the same time, me as a promoter, what's in it for me? Like I told you, with him, what's in it for me? So Eddie Hearn, no matter what he says, he's smart enough to know that he doesn't have what it takes to get the Crawford a meaningful fight, and he's not willing to bring him on and have to overpay him like Top Rank is saying that they had to overpay him if he's not, significantly drawing. That's the reality. So Bud, in his own world, he got it all figured out. So I can't wait to see. I can't wait to see what he decides to do. What happened to champions fighting champion? Block him. What happened to you being in the chat? How about that? Hey, shooters, y'all got to get busy. There's a couple issues in here. We got a couple. Listen, likes or loot, or this is going to be a very, if the shooters can't get it together and we can't get the likes or the loot up, I'm out. I got mad stuff to do anyway. Shout out to Andre W. He said, Ego Washington. There's another infiltrator in here. Shooters, get rid of it. Shout out to Andre. Ego Washington. I wish you had more time. See, people get mad at the words that are saying because they don't want to hear them. But I don't care. I don't care if you want to hear them. I'm going to tell you what you need to hear rather than what you want to hear. And it's always going to be that way. Don't watch my channel. You don't watch it. You're like, oh, Ego, don't watch it. Oh, I'm on something. Don't watch it. Don't watch me. I don't care. I really don't. Don't watch me because I'm never going to change. Like Jay said, I never change. This is Jay every day. I'm not changing unless you change my mind. Show me how Bud has the leverage. That's the only way it's changing. I don't care who you are. The only way, don't tell me, oh, it's the best versus best. Answer my questions and tell me how he has the leverage, and then I'll answer any of your questions. We're not playing your game. Y'all playing my game. This is my world. This is my channel. Tell me how Bud has any of the leverage and unpack it with intelligent thought to prove that I am wrong and a hater and all that. If you can't, you shall forever remain nameless. You shall forever remain silent. It's that simple. If you ain't doing that, then I don't care. Because then that's just your own feelings and you can't, you know what I mean? You can't deal with it. That's up to you. It's up to you to hear what's being said and then process it. He doesn't have the leverage, like I've been told. Well, okay, if he had the leverage that he thinks he has and that y'all seem to think he has versus Errol Spence, then explain how on earth and why on earth Eddie Hearn would have just made that statement. He's in Dubai. Crawford's in Dubai. He didn't cop a squad on Bud. He told you how great Bud is, just like I told you how great Bud is, the fighter. And he says, I don't want to bring him to rematch room. Explain, why would he say that? I'm the best in the business. And that's the bottom line. Why wouldn't Eddie Hearn, who's been known to throw money at fighters, right, even to a fault, why doesn't he want Bud Crawford? And he's not saying it like to hate, like, oh, I don't want him. He's saying I don't have it's not smart business. Oh, yeah, it's going down. I told you. These young boys can't beat me. So, I told you, I promise you, on everything I love, I will destroy. You gonna see by the time this is over, you will all see that Ego Stradamus is unacquittable when it comes to boxing facts and telling the truth and keeping it real, and you will see how it all plays out. I can assure you that. I promise you. So write this on your list. Eddie Hearn, DAZN rematch room. Cross that off. Per Eddie Hearn's own words, it doesn't make business sense. So who's next? Okay, Bud hasn't really seemingly been super interested in signing to PBC, which seems to be the obvious choice. So we'll put an asterisk by PBC. I don't know what he decides to do. But cross Eddie Hearn and DAZN off. They just told you it doesn't make business sense. You just left Bob Arum in Top Rank. So, I mean, as a free agent, are you going to keep working with them? I don't know. So either cross them off or put an asterisk. Who else is out there? Major promoters for Mr. Bud. Golden Boy? Okay, they specialize in Latino fighters for the most part. I haven't really seen them build a successful black star, and their welterweight lacks depth too. They got Rashidi Ellis, who is suing them or in legal proceedings trying to get out of his contract, And then they got Alex Rocha, who just lost to Rashidi Ellis. And they got Virgil Ortiz Jr., who's possibly Bud's mandatory. So is he going to sign the Golden Boy? I don't know. So leave Golden Boy up there. Who else? Daniel Kinahan and Pro Bellum. Who do they have? I mean, I guess Regis Prograis, if he moves from 140 to 147, maybe. You know, go back to your old stomping grounds and work with Top Rank to do the Josh Taylor fight, maybe. Or, like I said, the obvious choice, PBC. Boop. The pickings is looking slim. And like I said before, PBC has a stronghold on 47 and 54. And I keep telling you, the art of war and strategy, learn from General S. Patton, right? Guys like that. Sun Tzu. In the art of war, business is war. When people don't conform and you don't need them per se, then that's what it is. Bud Crawford is not needed as much as he thinks. I mean, he could try, like, I'm calling out. Okay, do ocean videos every day this week. See if that gets you the fight. You see what I'm saying? Andre, he said, would Bud fight Boots? I don't know, but Boots has been fighting on Showtime with Cameron Duncan. I don't know what they have in store. Maybe Boots eventually goes to PBC. I don't know. He's been fighting on Showtime. Bud is his own worst enemy in terms of business. Bro, I'm telling you, the obvious choice is what it is. And then, you know, it is what it is. Eddie Hearn's, he's giving you the blueprint that I've already told you. But I figured you guys would respect it coming from a Caucasian man with blue eyes. Because you don't seem to, everyone seems to be in question and, you know, in cahoots when I'm saying it. So Eddie Hearn just basically told you the same thing, if you heard it. So what do you, okay, sign a Pro Bellum. Then what? You going to fight in Dubai like Regis Prograis? I mean, that's cool. They'll probably give you some good money. And then what? So Richard Schaefer, Daniel Kinahan, Pro Bellum, fight in Dubai. Who you going to fight? What network, what TV network you fighting on? Let me know. Y'all let me know. Y'all let me know in the comment section. I'm curious since I don't know what I'm talking about. Let me know what, but okay, sign a Pro Bellum. Then what? What network you fighting on? Top Rank has an exclusive boxing contract with ESPN. This is a fact. Ask Bob Arum. Fox just did a 1-year re-up with the option to do longer business after this year expires. So they just re-upped. Showtime, you know, PBC and Showtime, they working together. HBO got out of the boxing business 3-4 years ago, whatever it was. Pro Bellum, what network are they tethered to in the States? Bud is an American fighter from an American state, Nebraska. Where is he going to fight? Dubai? Is that good for his profile? Who's he going to fight in Dubai? What's the time zone difference? Inquiring minds want to know. So like I said, he could make ocean video, Aquaman videos, call him out. Let's see how close that gets you to your fight. Telling you how business works, whether you want to believe it or not. Like, just think of any strategic game, poker. You got to call someone's bluff or, you know, whatever the case is. You got to play your hand and play it in the right way. Uno, you could play Uno. That's a strategy game. Uno. The goal in the game Uno is to be the last remaining man or woman standing with the fewest cards, and when you have one card, say Uno. But y'all act like you know, but you don't know. Uno. Get them to draw 2, you know, reverse, and then get them to draw 4. Skip their turn, so it's you, and then get off your cards, and then you stuck with the one card, and when it's the same color code, Uno, game over. Business works the same way, just like Uno, just like Monopoly and all these other strategy games. You know, you trying to go around the board and collect as much money. It's what it is. Whether dumbass boxing fans want to believe me or not, that's any business. Any business. You know? Any business. You got to get profit, blah, blah, blah. So what are they going to do? World Boxing Super Series welterweight division with no PBC fighters and Bud going to get an Ali trophy? Like, I mean, what? What are we doing? What are we talking about? And like I said, Bud, if he don't go to PBC, he's pretty much doubly screwed. Because then there's a couple one-off fights for him. Then what? You know, Regis Prograis, Josh Taylor, Virgil Ortiz. Then what? Like, you know what I'm saying? There's no when I worked in business, well, I always worked business. But when I had a traditional job, you have to devise and create a succession plan. A succession plan is like when I promote, who's going to take my spot. So I was always grooming the next person. I knew I'm a specialist or a department manager, and I was mentoring the person that was going to take my spot. So when I was a candidate for the new position, like zone manager, assistant store manager, blah, 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 I'd be like, man, let me promote. I'll do the interview, blah, blah, promote. And then I got someone to fill my department so the department doesn't go to ish because I've been grooming this person. It's called a succession plan. Bud has no succession plan, but he thinks he's lit and he thinks he got it going on. And he thinks he can strong arm ERROL. And just like any strategy game, Monopoly, Uno, poker, like I just told you, the cards aren't really in your favor based on the last 5-10 years of your career. And if that makes me a Bud hater for speaking the truth, whatever, you can call me whatever. But that's the reality. And he can have his whole family and his whole team call out Errol Spence. Business will continue to go on, and they're just doing that on the side. And Errol Spence is going to be doing whatever he's doing in his career. These are the realities of business. And the only person that doesn't seem to get it is Bud and some of the Bud Crawford fans. You think Mayweather can do something with Bud? I mean, you can answer your own question. Why would Mayweather, when he told you in interviews in the past that me and Al Heyman are one and the same, Mayweather Promotions and PBC and Al Heyman, we all under the same umbrella. So what the hell would Mayweather do with Bud without like being in cahoots with Al Heyman? You guys can answer your own question if you know boxing, but I don't know if y'all know or whatever. Floyd said that we all under the same house, same umbrella. So I highly doubt that Floyd Mayweather would take on Bud at age 34. And Al Heyman has no knowledge of that this deal is going on. So it's like, what's the point? Why not just sign with Al Heyman at that point if it's all the same? You know what I'm saying? Y'all just be making up stuff. Listen, I'm not trying to be a dick, but y'all try to make this a lot harder than what it needs to be. You see what I'm saying? It's like when I was young, I was pretty fearless. So I had a loose tooth. I like wiggle it. I might yank that out. Like if it was I'll like yank it out. Or I'll wrap the little dental floss and then put on a door and then yank the tooth out. Like your tooth is finna fall out, bro. It's gonna come out. It's like a dead tooth, like you're getting your adult ones in. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna come out. So if it's ready to come out, it's ready to come out. You don't have to make this harder than it needs to be. You see what I'm saying? If it ain't ready, you'll be able to tell if it's ready to come out or if it's not. Y'all try to create, oh, but what if he does this? Oh, but what if Amazon Prime comes out with their own Bro, it doesn't have to be this difficult. You know, and I know what the obvious choice would be in Bud's situation. If he makes that choice, that's on him. I don't care. Block Vides 6. That's what's up. You and I all know what the obvious choice that seems to make the most sense. If Bud stubbornly doesn't want to do that, then that's on him. I don't care. I mean, it's his career. But then when you don't get what you want, then that's the decision you made. Floyd said Crawford is a good fighter, but he's not being promoted properly. He is not going to go against the guy they have invested in, ERROL. And Floyd just recently said ERROL is one of the best people, too, in boxing. And I think Jerron Ennis. I think he might have said Crawford, too. All roads lead to Al Heyman in that division. You can try and, finagle. Oh, I'm just going. Like, bro, you know who Crawford is? I got the perfect example. If y'all want to hear who Terrence Bud Crawford is in form of a character from a movie that most of us have seen, can I get a hell yeah in the comment section? I'll tell you what character Terrence Crawford reminds me of in this stubborn situation. If y'all want to hear that, can I get a hell yeah in the comment section? Shout out to Lauren. I love the channel, bruh. $5. Appreciate you. More content coming soon. Obed Sanchez. Yeah. Obed Sanchez, speak of the devil, he sent $10. Let's go. He sent $10 straight to my Bank of America. Let's go. Zelle. Zelle's on the screen. The Cash App's on the screen. We working. Shout out to Obed Sanchez with the $10 Zelle. We working. Listen, old media, they hurting. Boxing Ego, we working. Okay. Bud Crawford reminds me of Red from Friday. And I'm not trying to roast like when he got hit by Debo. But the specific scene in the movie Friday where Cube, Ice Cube, Craig, Smokey, Chris Tucker, and then DJ Pooh character Red were all on the patio on the porch, and they knew Debo was coming. And they knew Debo what type of time he was on, right? It's like doom, 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 doom. And he pedaling the bike, and they're like, oh, Ish is Debo. So you know what that means. He's a neighborhood bully. He's Debo. He's big. Nobody want no smoke with him. Blah, blah, blah. Flannel, stolen bike. And then everybody on the porch was like, oh, Debo's coming. Man, hold on. Because they know Debo will rob him. Chris Tucker and Craig, they like hide their jewelry and watches or whatever in their pocket. And then Red talking about, oh, I'm just going to tuck mine in. And he tucks it in, and Debo comes and he's like, hey, what's up, Craig? Smoke, Red. And he pats and he feels the chain, and he's like, what's this? And he's like, come on, Debo, you tripping. And he yanks the chain off. Who remembers that scene from Friday? What's up, Craig? Smoke, Red. Bro, Red said, I'm just going to tuck mine in. Instead of doing what everyone else was doing, Craig and Smokey, and they kept they articles of like jewelry or whatever, they took their necklaces off because they already knew what time it was. Red talking about, I'm just going to type, he said, I'm just going to tuck mine in. And then you trying to be different, instead of just put in your pocket or put in your shoe or whatever the case like everyone else was doing, you tucked yours in and he found it and snatched it off. That's Terrence Crawford. Terrence Crawford, there's an obvious choice that could be made, especially in free agency, that seems by all accounts to be what makes the most sense. And he might mess around. Oh, I'm signing to Daniel Kenya. I'm just going to tuck mine in. I'm signing to Pro Bellum on mines. Okay. And then when you in the same situation that you was in with Top Rank, just tuck yours in. I'm just going to tuck mine in. So it's the same kind of concept as the movie. KYGNN, Bud and Haney always run into other sides than calling out the PBC fighters. Bud want to try to pull a Canelo and try to steal a victory, then run back. Is Crawford scared of black business? I don't know. You have to ask him that. I don't know. But that's what I'm saying. Like, he acting like Al Heyman like robbed him in the past or something. Like, it just seems to be such an obvious choice of what would skyrocket your career in terms of availability of opponents and stuff like that. And he's like, he does not want to join Voltron. You know, they got all the other components to create Voltron, and he's like, nah, I'm just going to tuck mine in. I need that, you know, Daniel Kinahan money. Like, all right. So, and then, like I said, accountability is huge. If you just finally became a free, like, bro, that's like a slave working and being forced to work on a plantation. Then he gets his free papers only to link up with another white man and be a slave for another plantation. You see what I'm saying? Like, what's the point of getting free papers if you can't like boss up and start your own shop, start your own business? You know what I mean? Things like that. Doesn't make sense to me. If I was a slave and I got my free papers, I'm out. I'm gonna try to cut turf. I'm just telling you what it is. I'm gonna try to cut turf and then find a way to, survive on my own. But that's who I am. I'm an independent. I'm always gonna preach the independent. I'm a grinder. I'm a hustler. Block CMA King. That's what's up. Block him. Smash the like button. Block him too. So, but like I said, J. Cole told you, pride is the devil. Like, I don't know what Bud's decision will finally rest at. So I'm not tripping off it. I don't care what he decides. It's his life, it's his career. But what I'm saying is, if he doesn't make that obvious choice that we all know is the obvious choice, then again, who's to blame? Who's to blame? Errol Spence and Derek James? Because Errol Spence ain't had trouble getting big fights. So listen, depending on what Bud decides, who are y'all going to blame? Errol Spence is not calling people out in the ocean. These are facts. These are facts. Errol Spence is not, nor any other PBC fighter if we're really being real. Like, bro, if I'm being real, let's play cap or fact. Let's play cap or fact. There's no PBC fighter that's incessantly having to call out, like they have no big fights or big events on their resume, and they're having to take to social media to incessantly call people out. Is that cap or fact? He said B-side Bud wants to be different like Boo Boo. Is that cap or fact? There's no major PBC fighter consistently going to social media and having to call somebody out to get a decent fight or event. Like, you know what I'm saying, that people would be okay with, or is on pay-per-view or whatever. Fact. Sir, facts. And when I tell you that I'm the best ever, I really mean that in terms of boxing talk in the digital space, because I told you I've seen this movie before. Deontay Wilder was pressing Anthony Joshua's line. Is that cap or fact? Deontay, the Bronze Bomber Wilder, Mr. To this day. Anthony Joshua's line was being pressed by Deontay Wilder, a.k.a. Deontay Wilder was on Joshua's head. Pause. Is that cap or is that fact? Deontay Wilder was smoking Anthony Joshua out. Is that cap or is that fact? Can you please answer in the comment section? Deontay Wilder was pressing Anthony Joshua's line a few years ago, and he was smoking him out. Okay, Johnny says it was a fact. I don't think I'm doing half bad here. Ido said it's a fact. I don't think I'm doing that bad. Sura says it's facts. I don't think I'm doing that bad here. King Carter, he's saying I'm saying fact. Now, I'll ask you this. Have we watched Deontay Wilder versus Anthony Joshua as of right now? Have they ever fought? Has Wilder and Joshua, did they fight? Up to this point, have they fought? Ricky says no. And guess what? Wilder's wave, in my opinion, based on how he was branding himself and knocking everybody out, was crazier than Terence Crawford's is. Crawford has all knockouts at welterweight. Wilder had all knockouts completely out of all of his fights. So, and he was being branded and he was on like big cards and, you know what I mean, whatever. And guess what? The fight still didn't happen. So when I tell you I've seen this movie before, Wilder did everything that Crawford is doing and he still didn't get the fight. Which is evident that in boxing and the business of boxing, if the business doesn't make sense or if another promoter doesn't want to put their fighter in or whatever the situation is, all the smoking out, you know, it doesn't necessarily lead to you getting the fight. I think Wilder, his ascension was hotter than Crawford. Crawford's fighting people. Wilder was knocking people out in the first round and stuff with one punch. Stuff like crazy stuff, you know what I mean? At heavyweight, which is a super popping division because it's big behemoths, you know what I mean? So Crawford, he can call Errol Spence out and Errol's, I chased him. You still don't get the fight. So Wilder's team, Wilder having a great team, what do? They drug up Tyson Fury and Luis Ortiz fights and got other great fights for him. Now it's even worse for Crawford because he don't have a Tyson Fury. You don't have no one that beat Klitschko that happened to be on the hiatus, you know, that he could bring back into the mix, you know, after a couple tune-up fights. He don't have no one. He got the best names he got outside of PBC are the people I just told you. Virgil Ortiz, Jaron Ennis, I guess, if we're calling him not PBC, and Josh Taylor, maybe, 140-pounder, Regis Prograis, 140-pounder. It's that simple. You don't have to overcomplicate it. Hearn, Oscar, and Aram operate with the NBF no black fighter list. Facts. So, again, Bud thinks he outsmarted the game. We'll see. You can do 1,000 call-out videos. It doesn't mean the fight happens. So, and again, I've seen this movie. Wilder, he did all the same thing. He made Joshua look bad or whatever people said, and Eddie Hearn and Joshua still didn't make the fight. So good luck to Bud. And Wilder, to me, had more leverage than he had one belt just like Crawford, right? He had one belt, and then Joshua had more belts, and Wilder still couldn't, you know, push his line, and that's at heavyweight. That's the division everybody has to respect is heavyweight. It's the highest there you can go. And Wilder, like I said, I think his wave was all around crazier because he had been promoted. But Showtime wasn't saying, "Oh, we're losing money on Wilder," and Wilder's a better charismatic character, to be honest. Crawford is kind of like trash talk only when pushed. You know what I'm saying? Stay away from media. Wilder was in the media doing interviews and stuff like that. So we're talking about two different careers. So again, good luck to Terence Crawford. You think all the fan pushing and, you know, YouTube channels and Facebook groups, oh, Errol's scared. I mean, these are professional fighters, been fighting all their life. Errol's scared, but he went to the Olympics. All right. I mean, I guess it's possible, it's plausible, but I don't subscribe to that. I don't think it has anything to do with being scared. And like, the other thing is why is the guy that did the heavy lifting, the heavy lifting, the heavier lifting, he's scared. That's what we're doing. The guy that fought the better competition, he's scared of competition. The guy that came back off a heinous car wreck and took Danny Garcia, a major puncher and experienced guy, as his tune-up, he's terrified. Who went to the Olympics, he's scared. I mean, I guess. So we'll see. We'll see who's right and we'll see who's wrong. Well, first, we got to see what Bud decides. But Eddie Hearn just told you. He said, I'm not signing him. He said he's a great fighter, but I'm not signing him. ERROL fought over 200 guys in his life. Yeah, but he's an Olympian. He's still scared. You know, that's the narrative. Like a lot of people in old media and stuff want to push, whatever. The Olympian's scared. He's being protected. Okay. He fought the tougher competition, but he's terrified because of Bud. And then, you know, some people are going to have these straw man argument. Oh, if he's not scared, then he should fight Bud right now. And just forego all the stuff that we're talking about and all the business and unrealistic claims from Bud, like saying he wants 60-40. Let's just forget all that and just make the fight because Bud says so to prove. Like, see, listen, it's like, if I tell Elon Musk that he's broke, he's a broke son of a bitch, right? You think he's going to show me his bank account and all? See, bro, boxing is getting goofy. I'm just going to keep it real with y'all. Y'all letting goofy energy into the game. A lot of y'all making boxing look goofy, bro. Like, if I chastise Elon Musk and I call him out, I'm a businessman. Of course, he's a supreme businessman. But if I say, oh, you're broke, you're really broke, that's not real your money, he gonna prove me wrong? You think he gonna show me his bank receipts and statements and stuff because I called him out and all this stuff? That's not how businesses ever work, bro. That's not how business work. People are talking about for Tank, they hating on Tank. They talking about, oh, Tank, your pay-per-view flopped. If not, then release the numbers to me. Like, who are you, bro? Who are you to the point where Leonard Ellaby, Steven Espinoza, Showtime, they got to release numbers to you? You have 1,000 followers. Like, no one even knows who you are. Why do they have to show their financials to you? I told you, y'all letting the goofy stuff in. Or anybody, a YouTube channel, why does a corporation, a company like Showtime, why do they have to show you what they earned or whatever? And this is how you know it's an agenda. The whole time Canelo was with DAZN, we never knew none of Canelo's number. Oh, Ricky's saying the same thing. See? Teofimo fought a week before Gervonta Davis, and everyone just looks at it, oh, it was a good fight. I don't know what it did. Like, how many views did that do? Why didn't Eddie Hearn and DAZN tell it? That's not even his fighter. So it doesn't even really hurt him to release Teofimo's numbers because that's not his fighter, or Camboso. That's Lou DiBella's guy. But no one's asking the white man with blue eyes, Eddie Hearn, to show, you better show us the numbers. But they are saying that to Mayweather, Steven Espinoza, and Leonard Ellaby. Bro, that's what I'm saying. Boxing, y'all. And then when I put it in this context, which is all truthful, then I think some people finally get it and they're like, oh, that doesn't make sense. You know what I'm saying? But y'all should be able to have the cognitive thinking to put this stuff together. Why does Showtime have to show you the numbers to prove you wrong? Like, I swear we made positive income. Like, bro, for example, if y'all say Ego is broke, right? All right, I'm broke. Now what? You're like, oh, if you're not broke, show me your YouTube paycheck. I'm not doing that, bro. In fact, I can't do that. Per YouTube guidelines, there's certain financials I'm not at liberty to show. And the moment I show, I could get a community guideline strike for showing you because my CPM is crazy. That's why I don't care about subs and all this other stuff. Y'all be like, oh, this channel got more subs and more views. I don't care about none of that. My CPM and audience retention, the two things that matter on YouTube, is bananas. So I don't care what nobody's talking about. And if somebody doesn't believe it, and they're like, oh, no, show me your paycheck then. I don't have to show you my paycheck. I can't. But even if I could, I'm sure there's certain things I could show y'all, but I'm still not going to do it. Why I gotta show you to like see, and that's a sign of almost insecurity. Somebody's doubting that I make whatever on YouTube, so I gotta prove them wrong. I gotta prove y'all wrong. I'm broke. I'm homeless. Awesome. Next question. You know what I'm saying? Like, why I gotta show you my vitals? Show me yours. Show me your wife panty drawer. How about that? I want to see what type of panties your wife. I mean, we getting in everyone's business. I want to get in y'all business. Show me your kids' grades. Show me your wife panty drawer. Show me your bills. Give me your credit card numbers. What's your social? What are we talking about? If people are worried about all that, I can assure you, they life ain't put together, bro. Unless you like Floyd or somebody that is part of the come up, and that's what your main focus, then I promise you they not getting it like that. I promise you. Like there's certain like CBS VPs or something. Okay, they want to know how it did and vitals and all that. Steven Espinoza, Leonard, anybody, Tank, people want to see the graphs and all that. But some random person on boxing Twitter, stop. Show me or Tank failed. Y'all a trip. Kamal, Bud is a rebel without a cause. He said rebel without a cause. Swimming against the tide. Word. Word. He said rebel without a cause. Word. No man that respects himself asks another man how much he make. That's what I'm saying. Like, when I worked at Lowe's, I was eating. And some people want to know how much I make an hour. I'm not telling you. Because bro, if you do that at your job, the moment you do that, people start sizing you up, like looking like, how's he getting this amount why is he making more than me? And people will start hating. I promise you. You better keep that nip tuck. It's better. Don't tell nobody how much you make at your job, because people you think is your friends, they're going to be looking at you like they might be jealous. They might like, oh, if you took a long break or something, they might snitch on you, trying to get you up out of there because they found out you making more money than them, or just be hating if you get a promotion. I'm telling you, don't tell people how much you make. That's not good. Yeah, because then they start looking at, man, how did he become a super? Like, I used to get promoted and people looking at, because I was they was with the company 15 years. 15 years. I was at the company a year, 8 months, and I'm getting a promotion. We apply for the same job. I get it. You don't get it. So they hating. Don't do that. I'm telling you. Don't do that. Anybody, listen, you can't be working hard on your purpose if you're worried about somebody else and what they making and all that. I don't care how much, like, truthfully, I swear on everything, I don't care how much Tank, Terence, or ERROL make. They're not buying my Christmas gifts, and you know what I'm saying? What are we talking about? But y'all talking about, show me Tank's numbers. The level of entitlement is insane in boxing. Insane. And again, there's a white man with blue eyes, Eddie Hearn, and he just had a fight with a lightweight who says he's bigger than Gervonta Davis, Teofimo, and he didn't release no financials. So we don't know if it flopped. People just, the focus on the fight was, it was a good fight. Cambosos, he's a beast. And, he shook up the division. Shout out to Hawaii. Charles, what's up? Well, so why is it, if this is not a double standard, then why is it that Teo fought in the lightweight division for $20, to get the zone for $20, and there's no pressure to release how many DAZN subscribers he attracted, and he claimed he was bigger than Gervonta Davis. But then Tank, he has a fight for $80 because that's his market value that they feel, and they put it on a Sunday, and people are like, oh, show me the damn numbers. Where are T.O. numbers? Where was Canelo's numbers? He's supposed to be the face of boxing, and y'all say. Where are Canelo's numbers with DAZN? Not one time have they showed any of Canelo's numbers. And then when they did, they lied, talking about, oh, he did simultaneous view. No, what's his actual numbers? It's since we playing the numbers game. They only do it for certain people, mostly black fighters or fighters that are connected to Al Heyman. It's very easy to see the moves. It's very easy. No one cares about what was Lomachenko paycheck and all. You know what I'm saying? People didn't even watch the fight like that. What was Lomachenko live gate? Literally, no one believed T.O. was the A-side, except for him and his daddy. They believe he was the A-side. That's what they told people. Boxing media, a lot of boxing promoters are all about promoting the myth of white supremacy and diminishing the role of African-American fighter. I told you, they don't respect the black dollar, a lot of these people in boxing. If you from the UK, you got great fans. If you Latino, you got great fans. If you a nigga, no fans, no money. That's how it's treated in boxing. But then you look at YouTube channels. Why are there so many the black channels that are like, have a following? That's crazy. That's crazy. How come there's so many nigga channels that have such a following that people check in with? Isn't that weird? So there's no respect for the black dollar in boxing, but the most popping channels that do commentary are nigga. That's crazy. That's insane. I ain't seen no Mexican channel that took my spot. I ain't seen no Italian channel or Chinese or Puerto Rican or whatever, Armenian, whatever else ethnicities that filled in and took my spot. I ain't seen it, bro. And I'm not talking about like going to weigh-ins and stuff like that. I'm talking about I haven't covered a fight in 2 years because of the pandemic, or whenever the pandemic started. I ain't covered no fights live. I'm talking about they sit in the crib. They don't have to cover no fights, and they out here winning. So, yeah, I haven't seen it. I ain't seen it. But again, there's no respect for that. And then you look at PBC. Some of their biggest stars, not all, but some, happen to be black. Like Wilder, he making crazy money with the Fury fights, and Tank Davis and Errol Spence. I'm glad you're independent, Ego. This is the way I was raised. Out the trunk. I'm out the trunk with mine. Like real Master P like. Make them say, nah, 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 nah. Bro, we on that nah, 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 nah. I'm on that Master P. And I promise when I'm an artist, I paint a masterpiece. Listen, I said I'm independent out the truck like Master P, the ice cream man. I'm an artist, so I'm going to paint this like masterpiece. Stop playing. Shout out to Kamal Oz. Luis Ortiz signs with Al and gets 2 Wilder paychecks. Facts. He was with Eddie Hearn. Nobody watched his fights. He was with Golden Boy. Nobody knew who he was. Okay. He gets pay-per-views when he with Al. Okay. But y'all don't want to give me and Kamal credit because y'all don't know what y'all talking about. Bro, the proof, there's a saying. It goes, success leaves clues. Ugas, with Top Rank, nobody knew who he was. He fought on pay-per-view his last fight, no? Against Pacquiao, retired a legend. Probably getting the Errol Spence fight, Igor Stradamus. Wait for it. So he'll be on 2 pay-per-views. Mario Barrios lost, he on pay-per-view. Okay. Mexican fighter with PBC. He lost his last fight to Tank, got stopped, but held such a great account of himself. He fighting a former champion on pay-per-view. Okay, in January. Okay, Gary Russell's fighting a guy that had a knockout of the year in January on a full decked out card, Atlantic City. Okay. Man, I told you I'll buy y'all. This easy work. Listen, this is easy work. But Terence Crawford acting like PBC is the kryptonite. Listen, I'm going to give y'all the blues like I'm a kryptonite. Listen, slow it down. I just dissed you. I said Terence Crawford acting like PBC is the kryptonite. I give y'all the blues like I'm a kryptonite. Listen, oh my God, y'all better stop playing. I'm Superman. I do this, man. Listen, I said I do this, man. I'm Superman. Terence Crawford, he acting like PBC is the kryptonite. I give y'all the blues like a kryptonite. Man, stop playing with me. I told you I'm the best doing it. No contest. I'm unacquittable. Andy Ruiz, nobody knew him. He beat Joshua in his second fight with PBC. Okay. Floyd Mayweather buy himself out for under a cool meal, $750,000 to be exact. And then he gets $1 billion for himself in the game of boxing. Okay. And he get the De La Hoya fight. Okay. Kamal said Andy Ruiz doing much better. Bro, Andy Ruiz is buying apartment complexes and he buying watches and having mansion party. Man, stop. I know someone that went to the mansion party. They said it was lit. Stop playing with me, bro. So anyway, I don't care what people do. Charlo's house looked like he Bruce Wayne or something. Man, come on. He got an Equinox gym and a hoop court. It is in his second home, whatever that is, the second building. Bro, what are we talking about? And then y'all say, listen, the fighters not fighters, fans, they were like, oh, Charlo ain't fought no one. His house looked like he fought a whole lot of somebody. Bro, what are y'all talking about? Bro, listen, Ryan Garcia was complaining about getting $200,000 with Golden Boy, no? Fans complain, against the black advisor, and they talking about, oh yeah, Jamal Charlo, he hasn't fought no one. Man, his house looked like he fought a whole lot of something. His house looked crazy. He had the MC Hammer mansion in Texas. I don't know how much that cost. They look crazy. So he making something click. He doing something. I don't know. Tyson Fury brother riding Spirit. He riding on Spirit. I never even flow Spirit. I'm a YouTuber. I ain't riding no Spirit. I don't even like the name. That look like one of them La Bamba planes. Crash or something. Richie! Like, bro, you gonna ride Spirit, mess around, you become a spirit. You become one with the spirits. Bro, I ain't riding no Spirit. I don't like them little planes and stuff. Mess around, put a John Deere engine in the back. Nah, bro. I was in one of them little planes and it's like start shaking. I was like, I don't like that. Cause I'm a control freak, so I don't like being out of control. Bro, that plane got to shaking and I was in the back. It felt like the wings was gonna break off the plane. Oh, that was scary, bro. Like you just start speaking in tongues and peeing a little bit. You know when you get scared and them 3 drops of pee come out? I was like, oh, sorry for my sins. And the host was shaking. I was like, please let me make it home. Mama say, mama son, makusa. Mama say, mama son, makusa. Mama say, mama son. Bro, I was speaking in tongues. I was just like, man, please let us land. That was scary. I don't like that plane, bro. I don't mind regular flights, but I'm talking about this plane was like shaking in the air like crazy. I don't play with that, no. Anywho, that's that. Anyway, I'm out of here. I've been cooking long enough. Holla.